Hello friends, and welcome to another video. It is a Sunday. It is the 2nd of January. So hello 2022. We are in you. But I'm actually outside of the grocery store right now. I have only been to the grocery store besides Trader Joe's once since I've been to Texas. I Instacart everything, but I mentioned in my last video one of my goals is to just be better with my money, and Instacart and like grocery delivery services are so not necessary. So I'm gonna stop being lazy, because I always tell myself like I don't have time. It's worth it, and yes, it does save me time. I'm not saying I'll never use Instacart, but I also don't have a reason I can't go to the grocery store, and I think it's gonna be easy now that I'm not gonna be like going a million times to a million different things, because I am holding myself accountable to having like some staple meals throughout the week. You know, as far as food goes, I am in a bulk. We are bulking into 2022, so just a slight calorie surplus for me, and I thought I could take you guys into the store with me and kind of talk you through some of the food choices and stuff that I make in a growing phase versus in a cutting phase, because there is no such thing as bulking versus cutting foods, weight gain versus weight loss foods. What matters is that you are in a calorie surplus if you want to build muscle, calorie deficit if you want to focus on losing body fat. But obviously there are foods that kind of help you eat in a surplus. Like right now I am pretty full with what I'm eating, so I'll make slightly different food choices than if I'm cutting and trying to choose foods that make me full, if that makes sense. So thought I could do that and just kind of like talk you through the stuff that I am getting. That's gonna be this video. I'm outside of Randall's right now, which is one of the main grocery stores here in Austin. There's Randall's and H-E-B are like the two that a lot of people go to. H-E-B is just very overwhelming. That's the one that I went to previously, and I've been there a couple times when I was traveling here, but usually I order my groceries from Randall's. So I'll show you guys what I get. Okay, so first little tip, I always start in the produce section. It's one thing that I would recommend, just so you stock up on nutrientes. But I am grabbing, I'm deciding on the right bunch. We're gonna grab a bunch of bananas, and when it comes to fruit, I think a lot of people are like scared of fruit because of sugar, and fruit has so many nutrients. Sugar is not bad, okay? But I did also grab some berries that I like to put on my oats. And typically I would say berries are a really, really good option to opt for if you are cutting, because they are much lower in carbohydrates and higher in fiber, whereas bananas are going to be much higher in carbohydrates and lower in fiber. They're a great simple carb. Like a banana can have like 15-20 plus carbs, whereas you can get a lot of berries for very low carbs. Now again, I don't use berries as like a main carb source. They're just a good way for me to get in some fiber and some nutrients. I like the taste of them, but I do consume a lot more bananas when I'm growing, and then when I'm cutting, I'll probably take out the bananas and have more berries, if that makes sense. Another kind of bulking staple is spinach, which you can use this if you're bulking or cutting, obviously, but I have a lot of spinach when I'm growing because it cooks down so much, so it doesn't have a lot of volume, but you're still getting a lot of nutrients. Something like if you're getting a ton of broccoli, that's going to have a lot of fiber and has a lot more volume, so it's going to keep you a lot more full. So I do still try to incorporate a good amount of veggies while I'm growing, but spinach, great. I'm grabbing my, another easy swap, I'm grabbing my caramel rice cakes right now. We're gonna grab a couple sleeves of those. But I also am gonna grab a chocolate. Is like flavored ones versus the plain ones. The like chocolate ones, I believe, have like 12 carbs, whereas these are 7. So, like, obviously you can have chocolate ones in a cutting phase and plain ones in a growing phase, but you know, whether it's rice cakes or bread or whatever, just going for a more calorie dense option, like, that adds up throughout the day, you know. I am very thirsty and forgot a water, so I'm grabbing one of these, which y'all know I love my Powerade Zero, but I also have a couple. I like blue, obviously. I have a few of these on hand that I drink during my workout for some intra-workout carbs, which are a great thing. Also, actually, let me put that in the butt. Have heard great things about these, and I may try a couple to, I don't know, just have on hand. I guess I could pour it over cereal or something. But this is a great way to get in protein. But you can get a lot of carbs from beverages as well, and those aren't going to fill you up. Whereas, you know, if you're trying to stay full, I wouldn't consume a ton of calories from liquids. Just overall PSA. Great section for growing. I was queen of, like, before I understood nutrition, I would have like a handful of almonds and be like, this is so healthy. Like, I probably eat like a bag of almonds in a day multiple times and thought it was a great choice. A serving of nuts has 170, and that's like a very little bit. So if you're trying to get in calories, that is a great option. But if you're trying to cut calories, just watch your portion sizes. Okay, another thing, I know we talked about fiber when I was in the veggie section, but a big reason I have cream of rice when I'm growing is because it's not filling. It doesn't have any fiber in it. It's just white rice, whereas, you know, like an alternative would be oats, which are great, and it's not that you can't have them, but they will have a lot of fiber, 4 grams of fiber per serving. And they're going to keep you really, really full, right? So it's just something to keep in mind. We love this aisle. Granola is great. Great bulking option. Okay, let's see. This standard granola has 230 grams, or 230 calories per half cup serving. So, one way, if you are cutting, is just to have normal cereal, and you will definitely cut down on calories for the same serving size. Yeah, I'm actually gonna get some granola. I really like this one from Purely Elizabeth. It is so good. And I saw this one, which I am quite tempted by as well. It is dark chocolate macaroon. Back onto sauces. Dressing looks like I just like barbecue sauce. So this like standard Sweet Baby Ray's for a tablespoon has 10 grams of carbs, which it's really easy to stack up like 30 grams of carbs just from sauce. Whereas, let me find it. There's like G. Hughes sugar-free. And this, I believe, has like 2 carbs. 2 carbs per serving. And the same goes for like ketchup as well. I just got myself salmon. And salmon is freaking delicious, number one, but also is high in fat. So when you're making your meat choices, something that's really, really helpful for me, especially because I have a hard time getting in fat, like, I don't know, it's just like the hardest. I can eat carbs and protein all day, but is to get fattier meat. So instead of like chicken breast, try getting chicken thigh. Instead of like lean ground beef, get fattier ground beef, right? Instead of like tilapia. Yeah, that's great, thank you. Instead of like tilapia or cod, get salmon, you know, if you're trying to get in calories versus, you know, have a leaner cut of meat if you are trying to cut calories. Syrup is another thing. So like sugar-free syrup has very negligible carbs, 4 carbs, okay? Whereas if you get normal syrup, $127 for the same serving size. Where is it? I'm looking for honey, which I already have at home, but that's another really easy way to get in a decent amount of carbs that is so good. But also, I almost was an idiot. I always get this one because it's what they have on Instacart and it tastes really good. The sugar-free one is literally less than half the price. It's like almost a third of the price. The non-store brand one is $4.99 and this one is $1.99. Okay. So I was just gonna grab some oat milk just to like make my collagen and I don't know, to like put with cereal and stuff. But even with non-dairy beverages, which are lower calorie than, you know, like whole milk or something, if you get the unsweetened one, this is 30 calories, and this is almond milk, right? But one way that it's easier for me to get in more calories is by having oat milk, which I'm deciding which one I want to get, but just for perspective, this has 90 calories for the same amount, right? So it's really easy to get in more calories that way. Just like read the labels, man. One of my meals this week is gonna be bagel sandwiches because I've just been really wanting them, and I found these bagels here that I thought I was gonna try. I'm grabbing these Canyon Bakehouse bagels, which their breads are really, really good too. So even below this, there's like, this one has 110 calories for a slice, whereas you can get something, let's see, like this, like trying to not eat as many carbs, I might get like, for me gluten-free, right, but like regular bread instead of bagels. Or if you are not gluten-free, right, you might get English muffins instead of bagels. But there's really, really easy swaps, like you're not really gonna notice that much. Hello, it is me again. Forgetting to record an outro. But that was my little grocery haul last week. I was just editing this vlog. And I really hope that this was helpful for you. There are all these little like tips and tricks I have up my sleeve. I know you guys really, really enjoyed the meal prep video I shared as well. That I just never think to share because, you know, it's one of those things where like you live your life and you don't really think much of it. And I've gained the knowledge I have over such a long period of time. But obviously I had to learn all of this stuff too at one point. So I want to teach you guys as much as I can. And if there's anything, you know, food-wise, meal prep-wise, meal-wise, training-wise, even mindset-wise, that you guys want to learn about or want me to show you, definitely let me know. I'm brainstorming what I want to film this week. But as always, comment, share, like, subscribe. It helps my channel grow. Obviously, we want that. Hit the bell so you don't miss another video, and I'll catch you in the next one.